Hello everyone, I'm Volsky. Have you ever tamed an wolf in Minecraft? Well, you probably have, it's not very hard to do. They make great pets, alright? I agree with that. But when you want them to be efficient, when you want them to help you in some way or another, you kinda find out they are pretty useless. And I want to talk about that. First of all, I want to talk about why I think they are not very good. They are slow. Very slow. At least compared to the villagers, which are, I think, Usain Bolt. And this seems weird to me, especially since they are wolves, they're supposed to run fast. They also have this jump attack. You also need to be careful around lava. Be really careful when you're mining. Or when you are in the nether. In addition, creepers are a huge counter to wolves. Well, maybe not really huge, but they pose a huge threat at least. Especially because wolves are following you all the way. They're always around you, at least when they are standing up. They can tank the explosion sometimes, but sometimes they can't. So be really careful. They might interrupt your building, they might destroy your turtle eggs. This is pretty specific, but happened to me. And you can also lose them if you're flying with an elytra, if you are on a boat or swimming. You need to be on the ground for them to teleport to you. And they need to be in loaded chunks, so if you go too far out with the elytra or with the boat or whatever, you might lose them. I've lost a lot of dogs this way. Let's talk about how you can get the most out of them and use them efficiently. Let's talk about how to tame them. It's pretty easy. They spawn in taigas and forests. They spawn always in packs of 4. And I recommend you tame all of them. This is why you need a lot of bones, alright? If you accidentally hit a wild wolf, do not panic, do not kill them, run away. All you need to do is run away. Get out of their line of sight and wait for about 30 seconds. They should just forget about you by then and you can tame them very easily. Wolves are very good at disabling skeletons, completely disabling skeletons. They don't even need to target them. They just need to be in their line of sight or in their range. This really helps you close the distance and maybe get a killing blow on the skeletons. If you want to make wolves efficient, you need to have a lot of wolves. Not only tame all the wolves you find, you also need to breed all the wolves you find. You can breed them with rotten flesh, I recommend it the most, because it's useless for anything else, I guess besides training. But wolves like it as much as any other food, and you can heal them as much with rotten flesh as you can with a steak. And I recommend you maximize breeding, alright? You breed to infinity. Here, what matters the most is numbers. You need a lot of wolves to make them efficient. And also, you can make wolves go after different targets. It's unreliable, but you can do that. Oftentimes, this happens when they are teleporting to you and they forget about the other target. Sometimes they go after different targets automatically. This is when we're talking about skeletons, because you don't need to target skeletons, you don't need to hit skeletons for wolves to target them. You can just sit back, relax, and watch the chaos happen before you. Another cool thing you can do is get them up to target you and only you. This works very nicely with Enderman. It also works with iron golems. Of course, you can kill them yourself, but what's the fun in that? Make sure to not run too far away from the iron golem. It might do some bad things to your wolves. Fuck. Also, if you hit something and you don't want it to be killed by your wolves, right-click them, make them sit, they will forget about the target. This also works in water, it works pretty nicely in water, you just right-click them and they forget instantly. In addition, this doesn't really relate to wolves, but creepers actually, because wolves can't attack creepers, but you still need to kill them. And I've come up with this strategy. I don't know if it's the best strategy to kill creepers, but it's fun. It's fun to do. Just critical hit them with an axe and hit them again. Wolves are great for skeleton farms. What do you mean, skeleton farms? When wolves kill something, they count as player kills. This means that you can make an AFK skeleton XP farm without any player involvement at all and with just an wolf. But I think it's too complicated for normal skeleton farms and it's not worth the effort. You can do something better, which is a wither skeleton farm that not only drops XP, it also drops wither skeleton heads, which I think are a little bit better than XP. What I would change about the wolves? First of all, increase their speed, at least when they are attacking something. Because they are too slow, alright? When you give them speed too, they seem a lot better, a lot more fun to play with. But why stop there? Come on, if Mojang wants to do something nice for the wolves, they might as well make them more interesting, a lot more interesting than they are today. Like in Doggy Talents mod, which adds more skins for the wolves, a lot of mods add skins for the wolves. It gives cosmetics for the wolves, it's not really necessary, but it's nice to customize your dog sometimes. But the most interesting thing about Doggy Talents is the training system. You feed the wolf some bones, and they are pretty hard to craft sometimes, and you get points. You level up the wolf and you get points. You can add those points into certain skills for the wolf, and even if you max out its level, you still can't max out all the skills. So this not only encourages putting all your effort into one wolf, you don't need to make an army of wolves here to be efficient. It also encourages having specific wolves. You don't need an army. You just need around 2, 3, 4, 5, every single wolf doing something specific, because you can max out all the skills. You'll have some wolves that will be great at fighting in the nether, because they have immunity to fire. You have some wolves that are really fast and you can mount them, and you can go to Brazil. Mojang can come up with something creative for the wolves, as they did for the backpacks. The community wanted backpacks, they added shulker boxes. The community wanted creative flying in survival, they added elytras. And the community wanted obsidian boats, they added the strider. A lot more creative things than what the community wanted, and I believe they can make something like this for the wolves as well.